Hi, it's Lisa from Dharma Smart. I'm here with Vaidya Mishra, and Vaidya Mishra has always taught me that food is our best medicine. And with SV Ayurveda, Vaidya Mishra, you have some excellent tips for menu planning and how we come up with all the wonderful meals that nourish us every day.
Yes, this is true that what Sastraj is saying, that if you have good medicine and bad food, that medicine is not going to work. If you eat good balanced food, then you don't need medicine, because your immune system is going to good, everything to support your body, mind and spirit to fight against any sickness. But you have to understand how to plan your menu and why. Why this menu planning is essential on your daily food. Because two things you have to understand you need from the food. One is nourishment, of course, called Santarpana. Santarpana means balanced nourishment. Sama Tarpana. Tarpana means nurturing, nourishment. Samma means balanced. And another aspect is Sodhana or Aptarpana. Whatever is not needed in your body, it should come out. Food should have both parallels, both aspects, everyday life. Sodhana and Santarpana or Apatarpana. Then only you nourish and detox every day. So you don't have to go on Panchkarma. There's no need to. So let us think about what you are doing. What material or what tissues are there? How Ayurveda conceives about the total creation of the body. So we have 7 physical tissues. Rasa, clear part of plasma you can say. Rakta, blood. Mamsa, muscle. Meda, fat. Asti, bone. Majja, bone marrow. Sukra, reproductive fluid. Reproductive material. We create semen in the man and the ovum in women. You have these 7 physical. These are physical tissues. Then after the proper transformation of all 7 tissues, then you make really powerful vibrational and semi-powerful material, ojas. Ojas you make. See, the ojas is the communicating factor between your physical body and the cosmic vibrational body. Ojas. It's a very essential life-supporting material you make. Ojas. There is 2 kinds of ojas. One is upper ojas because you can say neurotransmitters or hormones or like that. Then there is a mind, the physical mind. You have to support your mind also on daily basis. And mind runs on ojas. Ojas is the neurotransmitters. Then after mind, you have to think about your sattva, light of the soul. You cannot eat food like onion and garlic or hard liquors, which is shutting down your heart lotus, and then in that heart lotus, the gem, the soul is there, And the light of the gem is the sattva, the consciousness, which has to go to every murmurs, every gaps of the cellular system. So you cannot play with that also. So this menu planning, in brief, I'm going to tell you, which is easy to practice. It feels too much, oh my God, 9 levels, blah, blah, blah. No. Very easy, very easy. I made it easy. And I do it in my kitchen every single day. That's why, that's what I taught in New York in Dibya Altars course. So the first tissue is, now you know, first tissue is rasa dhatu. Dhatu means dharayate iti dhatum, which is helping you to hold your body together. That's dhatus, tissues we are calling. So first is rasa dhatu. What rasa dhatu does? It's a raw material for all 7 tissues, all 6 other tissues, and this is rehydrating our body. It's mostly water, but everything is there, but more water. Rasa dhatu. So on daily basis, you have to support this dhatu, rasa dhatu. And see, rasa means rasa dhatu, and rasa means taste. Taste. There are 6 tastes in Ayurveda. Madhur, Amla, Lavan, Katu, Tikta, Kasai. There is a 6 tastes we practice, we eat every day. First is sweet, then sour, madhur, sweet, sour, madhur, amla, lavan, salt, salty taste, madhur, amla, lavan, katu, pungent taste, thick, the bitter taste, and kashai, astringent taste. So these 6 tastes are supporting the rasa dhatu. So what Shastra says? First, and also you have to understand, the food should be tridosik. It should specify all 3 dosas. I'm giving this is a menu planning for a general everybody, then we'll go later in later videos for high pitta, high vata, high kapha. But this is going to be a tridosik. If you're extreme pitta, extreme kapha, extreme vata, even though this will help you, try this formula. So the first tissue is rasa dhatu, but taste-wise also we have a 6 taste. And what you have to do? These certain taste is increasing vata, certain taste is decreasing vata. There is a sutra for it. I'm giving a very small sutra. See the sequence? Madhur, Amla, Lavan, Katu, Tikta, Kasai, 6 taste. So first 3, Tatradya, Marutam, Granthi. First 3, Madhur, Amla, Lavan, sweet, sour and salty is specifying vata. Trayas, Tikta, Deha, Kafam, remaining 3, pungent, bitter and astringent in specifying kapha. And then Kasai, Tikta, Madhura. The astringent, bitter and sweet is specifying pitta. But what you have to do? You have to make your food taste-wise. Just simple, taste-wise. Everybody loves tasty food. But it has to be 3 dosa specifying. Because it's going to immediately affecting you. If you eat too much pungent, too much red chilies, too much cayenne pepper, it's going to increase your pitta right away. So it has to be tridosik. How to make it tridosik? Taste-wise. Because food is taste predominant. How to do it? You have to understand the hierarchy of the 6 tastes. How to make tridosik food? You have to have all 6 tastes in proper ratio. Very simple. Make sure that you have all 6 tastes. no matter what you're making. We'll go to the other details, but taste-wise, all 6 tastes has to be there. But what should be the ratio? Top, Madhur Rasa. Madhur Rasa, predominant food. It doesn't mean that you have to have a lot of sugar. No. Madhur Rasa predominant. What are the Madhur Rasa predominant? Has to be more, because we need more for our energy, for the raw material, for everything. So what you should do? Eat some grains. It is Madhur Rasa predominant. Eat squashes, Madhur Rasa predominant. Eat some paneer. It has some Madhur Rasa there. These are the raw materials of soma, because we need a lot of soma. Soma is a raw material for all 7 tissues. So you should have all those squashes, grain, yogurt, paneer. These are all having a lot of soma. So that is the first thing in the chart. Madhur Rasa predominant, different material which has other things to help other tissues. Yes, I will go through that. But first, taste-wise, select all these ingredients which has little Madhur Rasa there. Then Amla Rasa. Must put something sour there. The material which has heat resistance. Otherwise, that sour taste will be decomposed and then body cannot buffer it. Then that will give you more acidity. So don't cook with lime or lemon. Cook with Garcinia, I recommend. Garcinia has a heat resistance. That's why I have a Garcinia Vata Pitta Kapha masala. We have Garcinia products. So put some Garcinia containing masalas there. So you have a Amla Rasa there. But good Amla Rasa, not synthetic, not which have no heat resistance, that you have to be careful. But Amla Rasa, and you know what? If you're healthy, your body desires a little of tarty flavor. That's the body's nature. Mm-hmm. Body knows what body needs. Then salt. Madhur, Amla, Lavan. Don't put too much salt. See, hierarchy is going down, down, down. Use soma salt. Not synthetic salt, not with a lot of agni. Soma salt, based on how much you need. Again, taste-wise. Should not be too much, should not be too little. If you have blood pressure and all, you check with your doctor. So Madhur, Amla, Lavan. Then Katu. You have to have some pungent to open the channels, and all the pungent taste like a black pepper, chilies, or Yoga Vahi enhances the delivery of the molecules. So little bit of pungency there. You can use mom's masala. Mom's masala has everything there. All 6 tastes is there. And all the ingredients are in balance. It has all the spices to support your all 7 tissues and all making tridosaic. All the ingredients are there for supporting all the aspects of your menu planning. But Garcinia, if you want some more tarty, you can use Garcinia. We have options. But Mom's Masala is very good balanced. You can go online and check on my product profile. It has everything there. But the Soma salt, so Madhur, Amla, Lavan, Katu, little bit black pepper. Mom's Masala has black pepper. Mom's Masala has pink pepper. Mom's Masala has a white pepper. So you are safe there. You can use Mom's Masala. And then Madhuram Lavan Katu, then something bitter has to be there also. Why bitter? To detox. All the bitter taste is stimulating the liver and pancreas to support your glucose metabolism and detox. Then astringent at the end. You can't put too much kasai rasa, little bit astringent. Add some astringent because mom's masala has a lot of astringent masala. That is a balanced hierarchy wise. Mom's masala is balanced. So little bit astringent, like greens has some astringent, some kasai rasa there. Why astringent? Astringent taste, like cumin has astringent taste in the spice. Mom's masala has a lot of cumin. What astringent taste does? Enhances absorption. So these 6 tastes you have to manage every day, hierarchy wise. Madhur, amla, lavan, katu, tikta, kasai. And if you have all 6 tastes, it's by nature it is tridosik. So this is about rasa dhatu and taste. Then the rakta dhatu. You have to nourish and detox every day, the blood tissue. Because you are not getting only toxins orally, you are getting environmental toxin. The ama you can make with the heavy food. Amavisha gets started, like a whole. So you have to have detox also. So first thing to having santarpana effect on the blood tissue. You should eat iron, add some iron-rich food every day. Spinach, chard, kale with cooking with the masalas, beetroot, carrots. You have to have something to nourish your blood tissue. And detox-wise, the spices, the bitter spices are there. And when you have add some bitter greens to detox your blood. So you have to do both. You have to have something both. Then muscle tissue. You have to have some protein in your diet. Lentils, paneer. If you're non-vegetarian, you can have chicken, white meat. You have to have something every day. You have to make sure that you are having some non-vegetarian protein like a milk or a paneer or, something coming from the...
Ghee.
Ghee, we'll talk about the fat also when you come to the fat tissue. So this is the yogurt. So protein has to be there. And you have to make sure that you have a probiotics also every day. Okay. Little yogurt mixed in the water because that will help your lot of things. Yogurt mix I recommend every day. So then after mamsa dhatu, and always the bitter spices, bitter greens should be always there. And also this mom's masala, the 18 spices combination is opening the channels. If you have problem with the channels, then we have a Sruta Suddhi masala. Because you cannot disturb your channel. You have to help your channel on daily basis. You are not blocking the channel with the channel blocking food, but there's so many stressors are there, so many problems are there where channels are getting blocked. So you have to take care. Mom's masala helps, but if you have more problems, Sruta Suddhi masala. You can add in your cooking, in your lentil, in your vegetable, in your non-vegetarian food, you can always cook with that. So this is the muscle. Then fat tissue comes. It's a big debate going on there that how to nourish and detoxify your fat. Because all the fat soluble toxins are roaming everywhere. The pesticides, the genobiotics, most of them are fat soluble. And fat is holding those toxins. And at the top of that, if you are eating bad fat, like vegetable oils, like what you call that Canadian oil, canola oils, then what happens? They are not only polluting your tissue, fat tissue, they are poison themselves. You don't have to get from outside. They are burning the fat channels, they calcify, so many things. So in my opinion, I recommend 3 fat. First is our ghee, mom's ghee. The supreme fat, what Charak Samhita says. If you make the ghee with the yogurt butter, that's the sneho uttamam. Gritam sneho uttamam. Because this is the traditional way of making ghee. You can use in cooking, but be very careful. Don't cook in a high flame. Don't create flame. Smoke. Otherwise, that's gone. You can toast and always use some extra turmeric. Always try to add some of the good turmeric, our turmeric, because we have the best turmeric in the world, I can guarantee that. Toast with a little bit of ghee and cumin and, I always use a little curry patta. Curry leaf is called sweet neem. It's detoxifying liver, lowering cholesterol, so many things. Always have few of them. It will give you very nice. So detoxifying and nurturing, both qualities are there. So this fat tissue, to build up fat tissue, eat good fat, cook either with ghee, or if you are kapha type, more earthy type, you can use sesame oil. And toasting the spices, and smoke time of sesame oil is even higher than ghee. So you can use a good flavor, and sometimes you have to change the flavor. And sprinkle olive oil at the end. Also, to detoxify heavy metals from your body, you have to take care of Garvisha also. Heavy metals and xenobiotics, the lead, arsenic, cadmium, they're floating everywhere. You have to take care of that also in terms of sodhana. How you do that? Very easy. Use salantra leaf chutney. You can go online, we have salantra leaf chutney with lime and soma salt and olive oil every day. You can sprinkle some salantra leaf on your lentils, in your, on your vegetables. Salantra leaf, adopt it. And once a week you can have some Brussels sprouts or broccoli. You know why? They have some micromolecules of sulfur, but when you cook them, it becomes milder. They don't kill your friendly bacteria, but don't have it on daily basis. Because sulfur is binding the mercury molecules. And then if you have a salantra leaf, see sulfur molecules, mild sulfur molecules, which is not lethal for your friendly bacteria. And then they bind the mercury molecules, and the salantra leaf flushing them out. Hundreds of research is there on salantra leaf that they bind and flushes the micromolecules of Garvisha, like arsenic, lead and cadmium. So on daily basis, if you do that, sodhana is going on all levels. And then use good fat. Then next to the bone tissue. You have to nourish your bone tissue on daily basis. All of a sudden, oh my God, I have osteopenia, osteoporosis, oh my God, what? No. If you do on daily basis, you don't have to go through that. What to do? Of course, you can use some calcium-rich food like a coconut. Time to time, add coconut to your diet. Root vegetables, roots of spinach, chard kale if you can find. And also sesame seed. Sesame seed is having in 100 gram at least 300 to 400 milligram of good calcium. So you can toast a little bit, because after toasting doesn't go bad. It gives you a little lighter. You can have toasted tahini or toasted, you can put a gravy out of that. You can adopt that.
Yeah. You can even just sprinkle it on things.
Sprinkle, and but toasting is good. Otherwise, it become a little heavy. Sesame is considered a little heavy. So sesame seed is a very good supplement for your bone tissue, because you don't need a lot. You know, and you have a Somakel and all, but I'm talking about the food, how to support your bone tissue. So this is up to bone tissue. Then you have Majja Dhatu, bone marrow. So one theory is there, if you nourish your bone tissue, then bone marrow also becomes better. But in a specific conditions, or to nourish your bone marrow, we don't have anything in a vegetarian until you just support the bone marrow by eating calcium-rich food, the roots and the sesame seed, and also you have calcium in the milk, calcium in the yogurt. But what I recommend to people who has low bone marrow on daily basis, nowadays I recommend chicken bone soup. You can go online and we have description for it. It is the Charak Samhita's ways to directly supporting your bone marrow on daily basis. And you can feel it. You know. But you have all, wherever you support bone, you don't, if you're vegetarian, don't have to worry about it. If you're vegan, if you're having daily basis milk and paneer and yogurt, they have good amount of calcium, and the next step is the bone marrow, Majja Dhatu. It transforms on daily basis. So you don't have to worry. But if you have a crisis going on in immune system, or, you can always tell people to have, chicken bone marrow. I'm putting a lot of my clients on it. Then you have a Sukra Dhatu. Sukra Dhatu, if you are sexually active or not, you have to nourish this tissue. Because after Sukra Dhatu is Ojas. So if you have Sukra Dhatu in the chain of cellular system, not coming out or becoming semen, if it is in the chain, then what happens? Next step is Ojas. You need Ojas as much as God can give you. Because Ojas is a connecting factor between the cosmic energy and your body's own energy. Ojas is neurotransmitters. Ojas is hormones. See the role of hormones? They are very little in quantity, but they rule our mind, they rule our heart, they rule our everything. Yep. So that's what the Ojas is. So you have to have Sukrala food. There is a word for it. Enhancing Sukra Dhatu on daily basis. Whether you are sexually active or not, if you are sexually active, of course you need it. But even not, you need for making Ojas. That's why in Shastra says, don't lose too much Sukra Dhatu, too much semen, because then you go low on Ojas. Then immunity goes down, neurotransmitters are going down, you lose the stress management ability, so many things. There are specific Sukrala vegetables, which I will like to tell you. Suran. Suran is very famous to enhance Sukra Dhatu. You can use the frozen one from the Indian grocery store, because this tubers is so tough. It doesn't go bad after freezing. I use it, but if you can get raw, you have to be careful. Sometimes when you cut it cheap, it is a little itchy.
Yeah, but I haven't heard of that. So you have to go to the Indian grocery store?
Yeah, called Suran, and we use in a different ways. We will publish a recipe. Okay. Suran, and there is a one called Ratalu.
Okay.
It is a long tuber. Rata means, enjoying kama. Rata alu. Alu means potato because it tastes like a potato.
Okay.
So that is also available, very nice because very tough tuber. You can this both Suran and Ratalu, you can make like a potato.
Okay.
The way you use potato, you can use it.
Okay.
So Sukra Dhatu, you have to, but milk is Sukrala also, paneer is Sukrala also. So this is. Then, if your Sukra Dhatu is good, Ojas is good. You don't have to do anything extra. And then for mind, you have to have something. What? If you do probiotics, and my father always told that mind of the mind is in the colon. And now researchers are saying, if you have healthy probiotics, then your mind is going to be good because neurotransmitters are going to be good. And for the soul, all these food, what I'm telling, no onion, no garlic, no potato, no tomato, because they are rajasic. They create a shadow on your light of the soul. So what Ayurveda is teaching about food, they're all sattvic. What sattvic means? Which is making your sattva, making your light of the soul bright. So if you follow this line of food, nothing rajasic or what tamas is, which is creating darkness, total darkness on your light of the soul. So we don't use any rajasic or any tamasic food. So don't worry. Don't worry about the light of the soul. That's the SVA food is all about.
Okay, so that makes it easy when we think about the 7 different tissues, the 6 different tastes, avoid the 4 nightshades, and that pretty much does our meal. So we're going to do breakfast, lunch,
and use
dinner.
Spices. Must use spices. Must use spices because spices are going to enhance the ability of digestion, metabolism, and synthesis of the protein, and opening the channels, delivering the nutrients, opening the vibrational channels, opening the, so spices. You must use spices. Mom's Masala, Garcinia Masala, you can go online on Dharma Smart or Chandika.com. You can find all kind of spices with description. There is a pitta spice, spices are the grammar of the recipe. They change the quality. Just like a grammar in literature. Yes.
Beautiful. That sounds really good. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, we can follow those same rules and eat well. We don't even have to snack really so much, right?
Time to time, have some healthy snack, nuts and seeds and raisins. A lot of researchers there, they have a good fat, good protein. You can snack on those things. And some fruits, mid-afternoon, apple, pear, blueberries, blackberries, fresh. And then you are set.
Yes. Good. So everything fresh and alive and healthy, and then that's how we will be too. Fresh, alive, healthy, and young.
You be whatever you eat, what you say.
Yes, you are what you eat.
Yeah.
You are what you eat.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.